Ayo, what's up? Back at you with another video. Renaldo Gouws has a video out on Nota as well. It's time for the cups to be fed. It's time to cash in on that Nota money. The video has 21,000 views and it says, Nota Baloyi apologizes to white people, then commits hate speech. Again, we're coming to you at 1.2x speed.
Hey, what's up guys, it's Ronaldo here. So this video is going to focus on Nota Baloyi's apology to white people in South Africa, and then within hours he completely does exactly the same thing. That's right. I wasn't going to make this video because I wasn't interested in Nota's apology. I was also contemplating on whether or not I should have Nota Baloyi on this channel, but the fact that he apologized in the way he did and then like a couple of hours later did exactly the same thing just tells me that there's no point in having a discussion or a debate with Nota, because the one moment he will say one thing and then I'm assuming once he's done with the podcast then he will just go and say something completely different. So it's a waste of time for me, it's a waste of time for him, and the reason I'm making this video is just to show the hypocrisy of the South African Human Rights Commission. So firstly, he was afforded the opportunity to meet with the South African Human Rights Commission out of his own accord, reaching out to them. I was never afforded that opportunity. I was never informed, even before they went to go and open the case, whether they wanted to hear my story or not. They just took IOL's word for it, the snipped video, and they went to go and open a case against me. Whereas with Nota, it seems like they bent over backwards to accommodate him, sat with him, listened to him for an hour, and then ultimately said, well, here's an apology that we want you to read on the same platform that you made those statements on. And he did it, and now it seems his case is over. I wasn't afforded any of those opportunities from the South African Human Rights Commission. They just went and opened a case against me, and we have communicated through their lawyers, through their attorneys. So once again, the double standards of racism is real in South Africa, where somebody that in 2025 says white people are Neanderthals, they should be treated worse than dogs, and then goes on another podcast and says that white people should be eradicated, should be driven into the sea.
He never said they should be treated worse than dogs. You completely made that up.
All he needs to do is pick up the phone the South African Human Rights Commission, and they will bend over backwards to have a meeting with him, say, okay, don't worry, you just need to read this apology out and then everything will be fine. And then with me, it's no communication, no consulting before they went to go and open the case to actually see where are the lies, where are the truths, none of that. But once again, the video that I made 15 years ago, the point of it was to illustrate the double standards of racism in South Africa. And here we are 15 years later, and somebody that said something in 2025 is just excused by making an apology. And something I said 15 years ago and apologized a couple of times between 2010 till now, there's no room for discussion.
Why don't you apologize again now that you've got a new following and you keep bringing up your old case versus his case? If he's apologizing, why don't you apologize and then keep calling out the hypocrisy of the Human Rights Commission? Just keep apologizing and then keep saying, yo, why aren't you all forgiving me? Or something like that. But otherwise, you got them views in there. You got yourself that money. Don't lie. You said you didn't want to have Nota on the channel anymore. You need him. He's going to make himself more and more central to these discussions. And you're just going to have to look the other way. You're not going to take the opportunity to get your people outraged using Nota. I mean, you need this kind of material. You are spreading some mass psychosis. You've got some people's minds getting worked. So you need some substance, some material. And Nota is the stuff.
There. I'll leave it up to you to decide whether the South African Human Rights Commission is acting in good faith, whether they are not in actual fact causing double standards. But anyway, let's get to Nota Baloyi's apology. I'm not going to play the entire apology, but I just want to show you the following. So this is him on the Hustlers Corner with DJ Subu. And I'm assuming it's Sibu. I don't mean any insult. I know he is the creator of MoFire, great brand. He's doing the new Mzake's Kitchen. No disrespect intended. I just always get confused. I'm assuming it's Sibu. DJ Sibu or DJ Sibu. I'm sorry. Just don't hate on me. It's not a diss. Really, it's not. So this video, as you can see, was released on, or it was premiered on the 7th of April, if you look over there, where the mouse is, right over there. So premiered.
You're clowning, man. You know DJ Spoo. You know DJ Spoo. You saw Nota on his podcast the very first time. You've been reading documents from the Human Rights Commission with his name there. You've been reading tweets from the South African Human Rights Commission with DJ Spoo's name there. So, what's up with you now acting like you don't even know how to pronounce his name?
On the 7th of April 2025, which means it was recorded before the 7th of April. Make a mental note of that. So it was either recorded early on the 7th of April and then uploaded and then premiered. But the point is that this was premiered at about 12 p.m., 1 p.m., I think, on the 7th of April. It's important to remember that. So it was recorded either in the morning or it was recorded a day or 2 or 3 before April 7th. But this is what he had to say.
It's not a Monday unless it's Nota Monday. You said you wanted to say something at the end of the episode?
Yes. So I'm going to get this. So apology and acknowledgement, right? I, the undersigned Nota Baloyi, do hereby confirm as follows. I'm writing this to address the complaint regarding my remarks made in the Hustlers Corner podcast, which premiered on 17 February 2025, and the remarks made in the G2G podcast with Galston Anthony, which premiered on the 19th of March 2025. I deeply regret the incidents and offer my heartfelt apologies for any distress caused by my words. My words were inappropriate, and I'm genuinely sorry for any harm caused. My remarks were awful and contrary to the values of equality, respect, and dignity that I strive to uphold. I am committed to learning from this incident and making amends. I recognize the gravity of my remarks and I wish to apologize formally to all those affected.
So there's more to it. But in this, he apologized for calling white people Neanderthals and saying that they should be treated like dogs. And he also apologized for saying white people should be driven into the ocean and should be mass murdered in his own way in which he said that. Now, what is important to note here is firstly that he's reading it from his phone. From the Hustlers Corner, he said that the South African Human Rights asked if they could write the apology for him. So that's not then really coming from the heart because somebody else wrote it for him to read in a public space. So it's quite clear to say that that is not a heartfelt apology. And like I said, I even commented on that video when it was live and I said, I'm not going to make a video about you apologizing because I just don't think it's sincere. And secondly, it's not important because you said those things and we know that you mean it because on more than one podcast you said very offensive things about white people. And of course, the biggest of it being that you wanted to mass murder white people. Let's not sugarcoat it. That's what you said. You said that in 2025. And then the Neanderthal comment.
Hey, some quick shameless self-promotion over here. If you love and enjoy this channel and you also happen to love dope gadgets, you can support my new baby, my new startup, my new retail venture, Gadget Plug. In case you've only ever known me as a YouTuber, you'll be glad to know that I'm also a wedding and documentary film producer, pro video editor, and all-round entrepreneur with a love for high-end gadgets like cinema cameras, gaming consoles, powerful GPUs, computers, and mobile phones. And my electronics store Gadget Plug is your new go-to place for the latest and greatest in tech. We're talking real gadgets, real quality, real quick, at the best prices in all of South Africa. To know more about this, head on over to my website imneo.co.za and check out my e-commerce store today. As we officially kick off business, Gadget Plug has stock right now of iPhone 16 Pro Max in 256 and 512 gig at 25,000 and 28,000 respectively. Simply press the green button at the bottom of my website if you want to inquire, and one of my friendly customer service agents will attend to you. Thank you very much for your support. And now back to the video. He never said that. He never did. You're lying.
It's ironic that you apologized for it, but then the very same day.
Bro, you gonna make us look like we're defending Nota here, but you're just straight up lying on him. You're straight up lying. And the part about the apology that you're not playing, how he puts his apology across. He's not apologizing for calling for people to be mass murdered and for people to be driven to the sea, because he never said they should. He is apologizing for the hurt his words cause when heard, when understood, when felt. But he's not apologizing or retracting particular words that you'd like him to retract. Like, I take back my statement, calling for white people to be driven to the sea. He never said that, so he's not apologizing for that. He's apologizing for what that may be received as, how harmful those statements may be to the person who is listening to them, the white people. He said that, I want to apologize to the white people in particular. So you are making him apologize in ways that he never really apologized, and you're not playing the full clip. That's what's so suspect about this.
After the apology, you said the following. Now, this is him. This is his handle, Moral Authority at La Vida Nota. This is his profile. And he said, an apology won't absolve you or any Neanderthal of your savagery. Enjoy. Now, look at the time. You can see here it was 12:30 in the afternoon on April the 7th, 2025. Now, as I told you, remember, this premiered on the 7th of April, which means that this was recorded either early in the morning or a day or 2 or 3 before. So he reads his apology here, but then he goes on X and he just continues saying the most vile and racist things about white people. So where is the apology now?
Yeah, Nota is still trolling. He's still trolling, therefore an apology won't absolve you or any Neanderthal of your savagery. Enjoy. I wonder who is responding to there. I should go check out that tweet. Ronaldo is refusing to show that portion. It's clear.
I mean, you come out and you went to go and meet with the South African Human Rights Commission, something that wasn't afforded to me. They allow you to apologize, which wasn't afforded to me. They also don't seem to recognize that I've apologized 4 times before they decided to take me to court. That is just conveniently ignored. And then, of course, you come out and not even an hour after your video premiered with DJ Sibu, then you do exactly the same thing. Now, how should we take what you have to say, as fact? When you, not even an hour after the apology, do exactly the same thing.
Hey, yo, Nota, why you do that? Why you apologize and then go keep saying the same things? Did your apology mean that you apologize for everything, calling people Neanderthals? I mean, that you've been really holding on to, saying that it is how it is. Even with your conversation with Mandisa Masheo, she said the same, said that everything has species. So the human race has species. Some are Neanderthal species and some are Homo sapien species. So I, having listened to you, don't think you would retract that. And clearly the statement is written for you. And now you've gone and said this again. Let's see where all of this keeps going, man. We're going to keep on grabbing the content and bringing it to people. A case study of a slave to the game. What are we witnessing over here?
That is why this video is being made, and this is why I've got a problem with the way things are resolved by the South African Human Rights Commission. They bent over backwards to accommodate you, and the way that you thank them is by bitch slapping them. And I'm pretty sure nothing's going to happen now after the fact, because, hey, you did apologize, but then you continue and do exactly the same thing again. It's just the state of South Africa. This is where, there's rules for thee and rules for me. There's like 2 sets of rules in South Africa. You can be as vile, as racist, and commit as much hate speech as you want, depending on your ethnicity. It seems like it. That is
South Africa. Does Ronaldo have a point here? What is the inner workings of the Human Rights Commission, man? Did he go there and talk to them, or is Ronaldo lying? They've got a statement written for him to read. And how is the Ronaldo thing being treated? How is that going? These are real questions to ask, I guess.
How it seems. And the reason I say that is because there's no consequences. I mean, he met with the South African Human Rights Commission and it was a slap on the wrist. And that was said in 2025. 2025, he said this, apologized, and then not even an hour later did exactly the same thing. They taking me to court for a video 15 years ago. And since then, I've demonstrated through my actions that I full-heartedly believe in South Africa, what it stands for, what it could be, and how we as different races, cultures, and creeds should work together for the betterment of South Africa. Also apologized a couple of times for using those terms. Not good enough. Not good enough. So let's see what the consequences are going to be here. My take is,
you need the blood of Jesus, man. Clearly, nothing can wash you of all of this. You need the blood of the lamb.
Nothing's going to happen. Just like how nothing happened with the EFF councillor in Joburg that said he wanted to move a bull, taste the blood of Afrikaner. And also the ANC bitch. Nothing has happened to her. Nothing has happened to the former public protector making the statements about Indian people. And there are a lot more examples of how there are no consequences for things being said by members of parliament, Andile Mngxitama, Julius Malema, etc., in the EFF, public figures like Nota Baloyi, like the ANC bitch, and many others. Nothing. But hey, Renaldo Gouws with a 15-year-old video, we're coming for you. It's insane. Absolutely insane.
Why you keep calling Nobuntu the ANC bitch? That is so sneaky, and you done did it twice. Why are you calling and referring to her as the ANC bitch? She said, as she assaulted the woman verbally in the plane, she said, I'm ANC bitch, referring to the lady, which is something wrong for her to do, which is something she has apologized for. So you are quoting her and calling her that in a funny little sneaky, opportunistic, twisted way. Are you calling Nobuntu an ANC bitch? You really taking the opportunity to be like that? But hey, you are Renaldo Gouws, man. Let's leave you. You are out here condemning other people and calling others ANC bitches. We'll see you then, bitch. Hope you like, share, comment, and subscribe. I will see you in the next one.